Stevie, Bale gets 10 minutes today at a time when Spurs absolutely needed goals. Is he done?
Wow. I'm trying to come up with a reason to disagree that he's not done. I mean, has he played a full 90 minutes in the last 2 seasons? In a proper game, in the first team? Whether Real Madrid? Certainly not. I can't remember playing for 90 minutes for Real Madrid. He's got nowhere close to that at Tottenham. I think he's done as a big-time player. I think everybody would agree with that. Can he contribute? Yes, I think he can contribute, but I don't think it's going to be for 90 minutes every time there's a game, whether it's Spurs or wherever he ends up playing.
Shaka, this would seem to be the proof that Mourinho can't find any use for Bale, can he?
That's the thing. And to your previous question, Seb, is he done? Certainly at Spurs, I think the implication in that question is that it started at some point, and I'm not sure it started at all for him since his return to Spurs. And listen, if you're 3-1 down and you're, well, I don't want to call him big money signing because it's a loan, didn't cost you anything, but this signing that I think everybody expected so much from just comes on in a token late effort. It says all you need to know, especially Harry Kane going off as early as he did. It says everything you need to know. And the trouble is, Mourinho, I don't think changes his stance. I don't see how it improves, given how stubborn we've seen Bale over the last 2 or 3 seasons. That's not great, because I was holding out hope that Gareth Bale would somehow refine form, add an attacking impetus to Spurs that I don't think we'd seen for long spells under Jose Mourinho, and none of that has come to fruition.
Right, a month ago, Spurs were top of the table. Now they're in 6th. Jurgen, if you look at the table now, right behind Spurs, you got Everton, you got Chelsea with the new manager, you got Aston Villa with a couple games in hand. How concerned are you that this team that was once atop the table might miss out completely on European football based on what we saw today?
I think we're all rightfully concerned, obviously. Getting in the top 4 in the Premier League is extremely, extremely difficult. And now having teams like, even Everton being there, even West Ham is playing an outstanding season under David Moyes. So it's a lot of traffic up there in the top 8, top 9. There's a certain sign of alertness. I mean, there's definitely a lot of work for them to do. But I would also, going back a little bit to Gareth Bale, I would a little bit disagree, because we cannot really understand, the situation of Gareth, because we don't see him every day in training. We would need to see his training efforts. He played the full game actually in the FA Cup against Wycombe, scored a goal there. I think, this is a question for Jose, obviously, because at the end of the day, the work of a manager is first and foremost is people management. And so when you are in the situation that you're missing now some players, and especially Harry Kane, if you miss a leader like Harry Kane now, then there's alarm going on, and you have to kind of figure out or find ways to bring in players now to make them strong, to make them big, that you have at your disposal. And if you have a Gareth Bale, maybe there's a way to figure it out and to work it out with him to come back to the top. I mean, anything is doable. I think Gareth has a very, very good working attitude. He's very recognized within the locker room. It's his club. I mean, his heart is a Spurs heart. So I think there's still an opportunity there. I would not write Gareth Bale off at all, but certainly there's a lot of work ahead of Jose.
Stevie?
Jurgen, don't you think the answer to that question was in the substitute today, when you've got Harry Kane going off, and you put on Eric Lamela in front of Gareth Bale? That to me answers the question about Gareth Bale. I mean, it's not like he's been there a fortnight. He's been there a long time, and he's not even getting close, pretty much, to the field. Just about manages 10 minutes today. And the opportunity to play a guy who we think is big time would have been today. You put Gareth Bale on at half time, and instead we get Eric Lamela. I think that's the answer to that question that Seb asked earlier.
Jurgen?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a signal of today, but tomorrow is another day. So certain moments change really fast, and especially when you're a manager and you're in difficulty. So you figure out now, okay, you don't have a Harry Kane anymore. We all don't know exactly what's the situation with Dele Alli. Lucas Moura was on the bench as well. So there's something to be kind of worked out there on the training pitch, and it could happen next game that Gareth Bale starts from the beginning on, maybe scores 2 goals that nobody expects, and the whole situation changes. But you're totally right, Stevie. As of today, the signal towards Gareth was a negative signal, no doubt about it.
Stevie, no doubt that Liverpool were great today. Are they back, though? Were you convinced on today's performance that they're true title contenders again?
Listen, they're going to be. They're good enough with this team that they played today to be in the top 4. That's what I'll say.
That's it.
As far as winning the title, I mean, seriously, with the back line, I mean, in the first half, if Spurs had anything about them, they could have done some damage there, because not only do they struggle when teams come at them, but Liverpool's midfield right now isn't stopping anybody getting at the back line. Today, again, as good as Thiago is on the ball, off the ball, he can't get around the way that the likes of Henderson can. And while you've got to play Milner, who, as great as he is and has been, he's 35 and he's not getting around as quick either. So, Liverpool are not stopping teams the way they used to from getting to the back line. And so with the back line they've got, if they continue to do that, which unless they get everybody back fit, that's going to happen, then they're going to lose goals. And when you lose goals, you drop points. And when you drop points, you don't win the Premier League.
Yeah, they're going to lose Joel Matip. It looks for at least a couple weeks. Serious is what Jurgen Klopp called it after the match. Stevie, I don't even know what to say anymore about the center backs at Liverpool. There are literally nobodies left almost.
No, but you know what? Because of the attitude, because of the culture there, nobody's going to, the players I should say, are going to get on and do the best they can, and that's what they've done. And by, 90% of the time they've done a good job, but it's not going to last forever. We've still got half a season to go, and unless they do get bodies back, then they will lose goals. And as I said previously, you lose goals and you're going to lose games.
Jurgen, what did Liverpool's performance today do for your perception of their title chances?
Well, I think it's a big moment for Liverpool. It's a turnaround. I think you're back in the race for the title, and they have the quality to do so. I think also that they have still a couple of days left, to look in the transfer window and maybe make a move for a center back, maybe just on loan if there's somebody high quality out there. But that's what you have a scouting department for. So they have certainly a list of people there that they maybe are able to take on board in the short term because of the injuries they have. I think they looked really, really impressive today. They are the team that will definitely chase Man City, and I expect them to climb even more.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.